September 11th might just be the ugliest day of the MLB season, because on paper, nothing lines up clean. Star pitchers in slumps, bullpens that look like landmines, and betting lines that don't add up. What happens when the numbers tell you one story, but the market tells you another? Tonight, every single matchup has a trap waiting for bettors who think it's easy money. Let's break down every game, expose the setups, and show you where the real value hides before the books flip the script. Orioles vs. Pirates. The rubber meets the road as Paul Skeens 10-9, 1.98 ERA toes the rubber for the Pirates. A right-hander leading MLB in strikeout percentage, dripping elite elevated fastball deception, and holding opponents to an OPS just .552. Baltimore counters with Tyler Wells 1-0, 3.60 ERA, whose early results against Pittsburgh are legit. 11K in 12.1 innings with no runs allowed so far. Bullpen leverage is a tightrope. Pittsburgh's relievers have electric arms but limited late-game durability. Baltimore's relief corps shows upward mobility but lacks consistency late. That gives an edge to live script play. If Skeens exits early, expect Orioles bettors to pounce on team totals and run line shift signals. Offensively, the Pirates rely on home run broadsides from Torkelson and Elly de la Cruz, with RBI depth scattered but capable. Baltimore counters with timely aggression from Jackson Holliday and power flashes from Sam Basallo, whose recent walk-off heroics add momentum and swagger. Market context paints the Pirates as -155 megaliters favorites, Orioles at +130, with a total set near 7.5 runs. Sharp money seems locked on pitcher props, especially Skeens, while team totals slowly shift with early frames. Top props: Skeens over 8.5 kiloseconds, textbook swing and miss ceiling. Wells under 5.5 kiloseconds, high value fade if overpriced. De la Cruz anytime HR, high risk, high reward power upside. Basallo over 1.5 terabytes, riding a wave of clutch and pop. Pirates team total over 4.5, live if Baltimore overpursues early. Totals lean. Lean under 8.5 if both starters settle, flip over 8.5 plus if traffic builds or pen instability emerges. Best bets. 1. Primary. Skeens over 8.5 kiloseconds, high conviction prop. 2. Value. Pirates -1.5 RL, 2-run win is realistic if Skeens dominates. 3. Team value. Pirates TT over 4.5, high upside under ML lean. SGP Parlay Blueprints. Core safe stack. Pirates ML plus Skeens over 8.5 kiloseconds plus De La Cruz 1 plus hit. Balanced build. Pirates TT over plus Basallo TB over plus under 9 total, offenses over control tempos. High payout bet. Pirates -1.5 plus De La Cruz hour plus over 9 total, monumental return if pressure crescendos. Game flow vision. Top of the first. Skeens sets a tone, mowing down 2 with a heater and slider. Bottom 1. Holliday jacks a liner to gap, run in. Mid-game. De La Cruz crushes a C-swing 430-foot shot, Pirates strike first. Mid-frames. Wells hangs 0 across 5, Skeens climbs to 7 kiloseconds. 7th. De La Cruz rip double adds insurance, Skeens exits with 10 kiloseconds. Pens take over, Pirates cloak the final innings with Athletics playing small ball. Final. 4-1 Pirates. Props cash, ML stands, runs pile up. White Sox vs. Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays turn to Ian Seymour, 3-1, 2.89 ERA, a southpaw standout who's flashed strong command with elite control. His whiff and contact metrics are among the best on the staff. Opposing him, the White Sox counter with Shane Smith, 5-7, 3.95 ERA, a veteran righty with solid strikeout numbers, 118 kiloseconds despite a middling ERA. The pitching contrast sets a tactical stage. Quality command versus power K upside. Bullpen leverage clearly favors Tampa Bay. Their late-inning core stands among the Owls' most consistent, with solid inherited runner prevention and strikeout depth. Chicago's relief group, while improving, features fresh faces like Dan Altavilla and rookie relievers, depth theory but with holes under pressure. If Seymour exits early, game script leans Rays. If Smith is pulled early, lean on the over and White Sox TB momentum. Offensive and advanced matchups. Rays offense. High voltage output with mix of launch and contact. Players like Junior Caminero, Yandy Diaz, and Josh Lowe consistently generate extra base hits. Tampa's WRC plus home leans above average late in the year. White Sox offense. Fueled by emerging youth, Kyle Teel .265, 20-hour, and Colson Montgomery are producing early season spark, while Andrew Benintendi rides a hot streak with a 1.196 ops over the last 2 weeks. Dominic Fletcher also broke on scene with 2 doubles in his debut at bat. Their lineup can surprise but lacks depth beyond these names. Market and totals context. Odds open with Rays ML around -140 to -145, White Sox +120 to +130. The total sits near 8 or 8.5 runs. Sharp attention is hanging on team total moves and Seymour K props. Early buzz suggests lean on Rays overs and TB team total as high leverage zones. Lean under 9 if both starters stay in rhythm and control baseline. Flip to over 9 if first 2 innings show hits or bullpen issues emerge. Top prop plays. Ian Seymour over 6.5 kiloseconds. Dominance should translate into whiff racks against a shaky lineup. Shane Smith under 5.5 kiloseconds. Fadeable if book lines are soft. Kyle Teel anytime HR. Plus value arc if he faces fresh ball counts. Junior Caminero over 1.5 terabytes. Barrels when his swing connects. Valuable in trop. Rays team total over 4.5. High ceiling anchored by depth and home run upside. Best bets summary. 1. Primary lean. Rays ML. Control in rotation. Bullpen depth, offensive edge. 2. Prop value. Seymour over K's 6.5, high upside strikeout line. 3. Team value. Rays TT over 4.5, smart hedge with offense and matchup tilt. SGP, parlay blueprints. Balanced SGP. Rays ML plus Teel hour tiny plus under 9 total, power edge with moderation. Value stack. Rays TT over plus Seymour over K's plus Caminero TB over, offense meets K upside. High upside play. Rays -1.5 plus Teel hour plus over 10 total, explosive reward for sharp sizing. Game flow narrative. Top first. Seymour fans 2. Caminero pops double, trop lights up. Bottom 1. Teel crushes a leadoff homer to deep center, White Sox early. Mid-game. Seymour keeps rhythm. Rays exploit soft contact for crooked runs. Smith exits after 5. Bullpen enters and holds tight. Late. Rays accentuate runs with a Caminero laser and Diaz ground rule double. White Sox pen gives up crooked frame. Final. 6-2 Rays. Props and team total lines align, and ML stays intact. Blue Jays vs Astros. The mound for Toronto. Jose Berrios 9-5, 4.02 ERA, holds court. A veteran with decent strikeout control, 131 kiloseconds, reputable command, and a track record at Rogers Center that keeps him competitive. Opposing him, Jason Alexander, 4-1, 4.68 ERA, toes the rubber for Houston. A journeyman arm with lower Swiss cheese than his line suggests. His stuff doesn't generate a ton of whiffs but covers ground with efficiency. The contrast. Berrios brings experience and steadiness. Alexander brings inconsistency and deception. Major edge here. If Alexander misses early, you can feel scoreboard momentum shift quickly. Bullpen tilt lines up in Toronto's favor. Their late relief group is well-rounded, controls inherited runners, and strikes out early cycle hitters. Houston's bullpen, meanwhile, is reeling from injuries. Bo Bichette is already sidelined, weakening lineup depth, and more crucially Luis Garcia exited his recent start early with elbow discomfort. The Astros just recalled J.P. France for long relief help, but the pen's stability is suspect. That creates huge late-game edges. If Alexander gets knocked early, Blue Jays' donor opportunities will open. On offense, Toronto rides power and contact from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., recent walk-off heroics, and an elite second-half WRC+ with one of the lowest strikeout rates in baseball. Even without Bichette, they're deep and disciplined. Houston's offensive engine is sputtering, especially with Alfonso missing and rotation shaky. The edge. The Blue Jays stack offense versus a potentially tired pen in the middle frames. Market backdrop. Moneyline. Blue Jays sit around -140 to -160, Astros at +120. Total. Hovering at 9-9.5 runs, high bet anchored by Alexander's contact potential. Sharp action often targets team totals and TB props in this spot, particularly early, expected adjustments depending on lineup finalizations and starter warm-up. Player prop standouts. Berríos over 6.5 kiloseconds, elite upside against contact-prone Houston. Alexander under 5.5 kiloseconds, fade-able if line is off. Guerrero Jr., over 1.5 total bases, price meets contact power combo. George Springer anytime HR, plus a high-risk, high-reward spark play. Blue Jays team total over 4.5, balanced offense and pen edge make this live under ML lean. Total lean. Lean over 9 if Berríos and Alexander show early inefficiency. Lean under 9 if signed of combat where first frames hold tight. Best bet setup. 1. Primary. Berríos over 6.5 kiloseconds, high EV, medium size. 2. Value. Blue Jays ML or run line, pitching and pen tilt favor Toronto. 3. Team play. Blue Jays TT over 4.5, hammered value with offense depth and mismatch. SGP, parlay blueprints. Safe build. Toronto ML plus Guerrero TB over plus under 9, bases on power, control, and conservative spread. Balanced stack. Jays TT over plus Berríos over Ks plus Guerrero TB over, layered domestic edge. Leverage play. Jays -1.5 plus Guerrero hour plus over 9 total, explosive outcome with ceiling juice. Game flow forecast. Top 1. Berríos rings up 2 kiloseconds, Guerrero laces a double to left for early signal. Bottom 1. Alexander wobbles, issuing a walk, Jays capitalize via sac fly. Mid-game. Guerrero rockets a 420-foot moonshot. Alexander pulls after 4, bullpen folds and Jays pad lead. Late. Pen covers, final 6-2 blue on. Props tied to Berríos and TB loaded, ML intact. Marlins vs National. Here's your fiery, approximately 3,000 character prediction script for MLB Game 4, Marlins vs Nationals September 11th. No intro or CTA, just the competition. Grounded in verified info including probable starters via sportsbooks and recent team trends. Let me know if you'd like this broken into a dynamic short next. On the mound, Washington turns to Jake Irvin, 8'11", 5.76 era, a righty whose numbers don't pop on paper, but who's flashed mid-rotation durability and a high strike swing-out profile when his breaking ball stays late. Opposite him, Miami sends Yuri Perez, 6'5", 4.68 era, a young lefty with elite stuff and strikeout upside, yet still inconsistent with command and prone to long innings. Bullpen breakdown. The Nationals' bullpen has been steady lately, especially in high-leverage situations, anchored by Jose Ferrer, who just locked down a save in their 7-5 win over the Marlins. If Irvin caves early, Washington still has relievers who can plug innings and keep runs to a minimum. The Marlins bullpen, meanwhile, is volatile, leaks when taxed, especially when Perez exits early. That's a crucial edge if Washington can get into the Dodgers-style middle frames. Offensive and analytics edge. Miami gets offense from young guns like Victor Mesa Jr., but in Montreal, Washington has recent high-octane output. Josh Bell crushed 2 homers with 6 RBIs, and Dylan Cruz launched another big night. The Nats exploded for 19 hits to rout Miami 15-7. Offensive momentum and confidence matter, especially in a suppressed environment like DC when the Mets are away. That gives the Nationals an edge if Perez's delivery falls out early. Market context and totals. Books open Nationals as -120 to -130 megaliters favorites, Marlins at +110 to +120, with a total around 9 runs. Sharp action typically flows into team totals and pitcher props in these volatile matchups, especially strikeout overs for Perez if lines are soft or team totals for Washington. Top prop targets. Jake Irvin over 5.5 kiloseconds. Value if Miami's new hitters chase early strikes. Perez under 6.5 kiloseconds. Fade angle if line leverages his upside too high. Josh Bell anytime HR. Hot bat, pull power, after Wednesday's 6 RBI explosion. Dylan Cruz over 1.5 terabytes. Barrels and confidence meet seam potential. Nationals TT over 4.5. Live if Perez gets in trouble or Washington's offense clicks early. Totals lean. Lean over 9 if Irvin walks traffic or Perez hovers over 95 pitches early. Lean under 9 if script becomes a pitcher's duel and bullpens lock early. Best bet breakdown. 1. Primary lean. Nationals ML. Offense, momentum, bullpen tilt. 2. Prop value. Bell anytime HR. High ROI on a hot bat. 3. Team total. Nationals TT over 4.5. Balanced offense and WOBA suggest consistency. SGP, parlay blueprints. Safe stack. Nationals ML plus Bell hour tiny plus under 10 total. Power tilt with control hedge. Value build. Nats TT over plus Irvin over Ks plus Cruz TB over. Offense meets K upside. Explosive upside. Nats -1.5 plus Bell hour plus over 10 total. Big juice for a big push. Game flow sketch. Top first. Irvin fans 2. Bell Rockets won 425 feet for early lead. Bottom 2. Cruz doubles to right. 2-run start. Mid-game. Irvin parks 7 kiloseconds by 5th and exits. Bullpen locks. Perez walks a couple. Then Bell sends another ball deep. Electric 2 FOR 4. Nationals pen holds tight. Final 6-3 home win. Props cash. Team total and ML stand tall. Yankees vs Tigers. Detroit sends Jack Flaherty, 7-13, 4.85 ERA, to the bump. A righty with one of the highest slugging percentages allowed on elevated fastballs in MLB. Limited ground ball generation, but a nuanced mix of breaking pitches and low zone usage. The Yankees counter with Carlos Rodon, 16-7, 3.12 ERA, a strikeout ace at home and elite at suppressing slugging versus right-handers, one of the most difficult pitchers to square up in baseball. Bullpen dynamics heavily favor the Tigers. After Detroit's wild 9-run 7th inning Tuesday, where Yankees relievers Fernando Cruz and Mark Leiter Jr. made history in the worst way, their bullpen implosion is fresh. In contrast, the Tigers' bullpen got a massive boost from Chris Paddock, who fired 3 immaculate innings for his first career save. That gives Detroit a bullpen edge if the game turns late. The Yankees' relief brigade might still be reeling psychologically from that collapse. Offense and momentum. The Yankees showed some offensive life with Aaron Judge homering and Max Fried delivering strong outings, but their bullpen haunted the effort. Detroit, meanwhile, is riding a wave. Their 9-run barrage showed offensive firepower and ability to capitalize on mistakes. Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter, and Trey Sweeney all lived large off creative at-bats. Market context and totals. Early books have the Yankees as minus 165 megaliters favorites, Tigers hovering at plus 140. The total opens at 8 runs, signaling expectation of run scoring and volatility. Given Rodon's dominance at home and the bullpen shift, public may lean Yankees. But sharp bettors will eye Tigers team totals and bullpen props if first innings show traffic. Player prop angles. Flaherty over 5.5 kiloseconds, elite strikeout upside if location settles. Rodon under 6.5 kiloseconds, fade if Yankees lineup game plans his spin. Parker Meadows anytime HR, carried the big inning and carries. Momentum. Aaron Judge over 1.5 total bases, elite barrel maker, especially motivated after recent homer. Tigers team total over 4.5, live if Yankees pen drops early again. Totals lean. Lean over 9 if bullpen volatility seized Tuesday re-emerges. Lean under 9 if Rodon and Flaherty both settle early and both offenses stay patient. Best bets. 1. Primary. Tigers team total over 4.5, high EV if bullpen fragility persists. 2. Prop value. Meadows anytime HR, soft line, hard-timed bat. 3. ML lean, moderate Tigers ML, savvy leverage on pen edge, park, and lineup hangover. SGP, parlay blueprints. Balanced SGP. Tigers ML plus Meadows hour plus under 10 total, spacing power, control, and edge. Value stack. Tigers TT over plus Flaherty over Ks plus Judge TB over, high leverage offensive upside with starter value. High roller parlay. Tigers minus 1.5 plus Meadows hour plus over 9.5 total, explosive return if Yankees bullpen collapses again. Game flow forecast. First inning. Rodon fans 2. Judge knocks a 380-foot laser, 1-0 Yankees. Bottom 2. Tigers respond via walk and Carpenter RBI single. Mid-game. Flaherty grooving with 4 kiloseconds and low pitch count through 5, Yale duel. 7th. Bullpen holds until Cruz enters, cheers open again, 9-run inning Redux. Tigers pad duel and hang on 7-3. Props tied to Meadows and total team numbers hit, ML holds. Phillies vs Mets. The Phillies turn to, in a dominating performance, recent starter Christopher Sanchez, 12-5, 2.60 ERA, brings elite ground ball rates and command from the left side. His home stats are surgical, a SUB3 ERA and K upside locked in at Citizens Bank Park. Across the mound, the Mets send David Peterson, 9-5, 3.72 ERA, a polished southpaw with matchup fire but fringe against elite contact hitters. Philadelphia's pen stands fortress tight, inheritors stranded, strikeout depth deep, and closer trust intact after Joan Duran escaped a severe ninth-inning jam Tuesday. New York, conversely, manages a bullpen that's thrown more than 50% of total innings in recent games, showing late-round fatigue. Offense and trend angles. The Phillies never let off the gas. Schwarber just launched his 50th homer, Harrison Bader raked 3 for 5, Otto Kemp added a dinger, Phillies scored early and never looked back. The offense is firing across the order, with Castellanos energetic after his 2-run double that sparked the eruption. Mets offense is coughing steam. Momentum crashed with that 9-3 loss. Stocked with examples of clutch, this team is now wet matches on Tinder. Desperation meets execution, but finishing lines have tripped them up in several lost starts. Market context and totals. Bookmakers price Phillies at minus 175 megaliters, Mets plus 145. The total hovers around 7.5 runs, lean and cautious. Sharp trackers will watch SGP entry points around team totals and prop lines, especially Sanchez's outs or strikeout totals, or genre flags on rush props to Molina, Schwarber if Mets cover. Lean under 8 if Sanchez commands early and Mets pen functions. Lean over 8 if traffic builds or at bat counts balloon late. Top player props. Sanchez over 18.5 outs. Atlanta kingpin with home efficiency. 6-inning break-evens look solid. Sanchez over 6.0 kiloseconds. Elite K profile versus Mets disrupted zone contact. Kyle Schwarber anytime HR. Power plate shows. vs bullpen that's taxed. Batter over 1.5 total bases. Barreling form, supported by recent multi-hit games. Phillies team total over 4.5. High upside run potential if Mets pen wears. Totals lean. Lean under 9 if Sanchez rips a clean 6-7. Flip to over 9 if bump pitch misaligns or Mets safety valves spark. Best bets. 1. Primary. Sanchez over 18.5 outs. Pitched deep in 6 straight at home. 2. Prop value. Schwarber anytime HR. Team momentum and at bat gunning set the ceiling. 3. Side. Lean. Phillies ML moderate. Starter plus offense Satin. SGP, parlay builds. Balanced SGP. Phillies ML plus Sanchez over outs plus batter TB over. Grounded style with power upside. Value stack. Phillies TT over plus Schwarber hour tiny plus Sanchez Ks over. Maximum ride. High tooth parlay. Phillies minus 1.5 plus Schwarber hour plus over 9.5 total. High risk, high reward risk tap. Projected game flow. Top 1. Sanchez mows down 2 via swing and miss. Batter gets 2 out hit for early leverage. Bottom 2. Castellanos smacks 2-run double. Bullpen gets warmed. Mid-game. Schwarber rips a 400-foot moon shot. Phillies breeze into middle frames. Mets pen hits incline. Over flagged. Final. 5-1 Phillies. Props tied to Sanchez and batter land clean. ML holds. The Guardians will send out Tanner Bybee 11-6. 3.41 era. Their young right-hander who has consistently showcased sharp command and a mid-90s fastball that pairs well with his slider and changeup. Bybee has been particularly effective against right-handed hitters, holding them under a .230 batting average, though lefties have occasionally tagged him for power if he misses his spots arm side. He's a strikeout machine when his secondary pitches are working, and he's coming into this one off back-to-back quality starts. The Royals counter with Cole Ragans 12-7, 3.08 era, who has emerged as one of the breakout arms of the 2024-25 MLB cycle. Ragans' fastball changeup combination has been deadly, and his curveball has become a legitimate outpitch. At home, Ragans has looked nearly untouchable, holding a 2.70 era with a 10.5 K9 rate. His challenge will be controlling walks. If his pitch count elevates early, Cleveland could force him out before the 7th. Cleveland's bullpen remains among the most reliable in the American League, anchored by Emmanuel Clase who has 36 saves and one of the lowest whips among relievers. The setup combo of Trevor Stephan and Hunter Gaddis has been steady, with both holding opponents to sub-.220 averages in late innings. Kansas City's bullpen has been streaky. James MacArthur has 18 saves but carries volatility with a few blown leads, while John McMillan and Chris Stratton have mixed results depending on usage. Edge late belongs to Cleveland, though Ragans gives KC a chance to hand it off with a lead. Offensive profile and momentum. The Guardians' lineup has been powered by Jose Ramirez, 30-plus homers, 90-plus RBs, and Josh Naylor, who has been one of the league's best in clutch-hitting situations. Add in Stephen Kwan's .295-plus average and on-base consistency, and Cleveland can grind out at-bats and pressure opposing starters. The issue for them is power outside of Ramirez and Naylor. When they rely on stringing singles, they can stall against high strikeout pitchers like Ragans. Kansas City's offense is surging behind Bobby Witt Jr., who is putting up near MVP-level numbers with 30-plus homers, 45-plus steals, and elite defensive play. Alongside Witt, Vinny Pasquantino and MJ Melendez provide legitimate left-handed power, while Michael Garcia has been a spark plug in the two-hole. The Royals have been far more dangerous at home, averaging close to 5 runs per game at Kauffman Stadium since the All-Star break. Betting market context and totals. Oddsmakers have opened this game near Guardians -115 favorites on the moneyline, with the Royals close behind at +105. The total sits around 8 runs, reflecting the strength of both starters but also acknowledging the offensive upside of Witt Jr. and Ramirez driving production. Bettors face a classic ace versus ace duel, which means sharp money may look to the first 5 innings under or individual pitcher props rather than a strong side. If Bibee continues his strikeout form, Cleveland has an edge. If Ragans locks in early, Kansas City's bullpen risk becomes less significant. Player prop angles. Tanner Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds. Kansas City has struggled against swing and miss fastballs, particularly on elevated four-seamers. Cole Ragans over 7.5 kiloseconds. Cleveland's contact-first approach can struggle when Ragans mixes changeups in deep counts. Jose Ramirez over 1.5 total bases. Matchup proof, capable of extra base damage on any mistake. Bobby Witt Jr., anytime HR, elite fastball hitter, perfect storm versus Bibee if he falls behind in counts. Josh Naylor RBI prop, thrives with runners on. Ragans could be tested early with men on base. Royals team total over 3.5, reasonable against a rookie pitcher, especially if Bibee's command dips late. Totals lean. The sharp play leans under 8.5 early due to strong starting pitching. However, live bettors may lean over if either bullpen is called in before the 7th. Best bets. 1. Primary. First 5 innings under 4.5. Both pitchers have the arsenal to control early. 2. Secondary. Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds. Royals lineup has high whiff rates versus right-handed sliders. 3. Side lean. Royals ML small play. Ragans at home with Witt Jr. surging makes them a live dog. SGP parlay concepts. Balanced SGP. Guardians ML plus Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds plus Ramirez TB over, pitching plus star power. Royals upset stack. Royals ML plus Witt Jr. HR plus team total over 3.5, high reward, fueled by their MVP. Totals build. First 5 under plus full game under 8.5 plus Ragans Ks over, strong fade on early runs. Projected game flow. First 2 innings are quiet. Bibee fans Witt Jr. early. Ragans deals a 1, 2, 3 inning to answer. In the 4th, Jose Ramirez doubles into the gap, plating Steven Kwan for the first run. Royals respond in the 6th with Witt Jr. launching a solo homer, followed by Pasquantino lining an RBI single to right. The bullpens enter tied at 2-2 in the 7th, but Naylor breaks through with a 2-run single in the 8th. Clase slams the door in the 9th, giving the Guardians a 4-2 road win. Mariners vs. Angels. The Guardians will send out Tanner Bibee, 11-6, 3.41 ERA, their young right-hander who has consistently showcased sharp command and a mid-90s fastball that pairs well with his slider and changeup. Bibee has been particularly effective against right-handed hitters, holding them under a .230 batting average, though lefties have occasionally tagged him for power if he misses his spots arm side. He's a strikeout machine when his secondary pitches are working, and he's coming into this one off back-to-back quality starts. The Royals counter with Cole Ragans, 12-7, 3.08 ERA, who has emerged as one of the breakout arms of the 2024-25 MLB cycle. Ragans' fastball changeup combination has been deadly, and his curveball has become a legitimate outpitch. At home, Ragans has looked nearly untouchable, holding a 2.70 ERA with a 10.5 K9 rate. His challenge will be controlling walks. If his pitch count elevates early, Cleveland could force him out before the 7th. Cleveland's bullpen remains among the most reliable in the American League, anchored by Emmanuel Clase, who has 36 saves and one of the lowest whips among relievers. The setup combo of Trevor Stephan and Hunter Gaddis has been steady, with both holding opponents to sub-.220 averages in late innings. Kansas City's bullpen has been streaky. James MacArthur has 18 saves but carries volatility with a few blown leads, while John McMillan and Chris Stratton have mixed results depending on usage. Edge late belongs to Cleveland, though Ragans gives KC a chance to hand it off with a lead. Offensive profile and momentum. The Guardians' lineup has been powered by Jose Ramirez, 30-plus homers, 90-plus RBs, and Josh Naylor, who has been one of the league's best in clutch-hitting situations. Add in Stephen Kwan's .295-plus average and on-base consistency, and Cleveland can grind out at-bats and pressure opposing starters. The issue for them is power outside of Ramirez and Naylor. When they rely on stringing singles, they can stall against high strikeout pitchers like Ragans. Kansas City's offense is surging behind Bobby Witt Jr., who is putting up near MVP-level numbers with 30-plus homers, 45-plus steals, and elite defensive play. Alongside Witt, Vinny Pasquantino and MJ Melendez provide legitimate left-handed power, while Michael Garcia has been a spark plug in the two-hole. The Royals have been far more dangerous at home, averaging close to 5 runs per game at Kauffman Stadium since the All-Star break. Betting market context and totals. Oddsmakers have opened this game near Guardians -115 favorites on the moneyline, with the Royals close behind at +105. The total sits around 8 runs, reflecting the strength of both starters but also acknowledging the offensive upside of Witt Jr. and Ramirez driving production. Bettors face a classic ace versus ace duel, which means sharp money may look to the first 5 innings under or individual pitcher props rather than a strong side. If Bibee continues his strikeout form, Cleveland has an edge. If Ragans locks in early, Kansas City's bullpen risk becomes less significant. Player prop angles. Tanner Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds. Kansas City has struggled against swing and miss fastballs, particularly on elevated four-seamers. Cole Ragans over 7.5 kiloseconds. Cleveland's contact-first approach can struggle when Ragans mixes changeups in deep counts. Jose Ramirez over 1.5 total bases. Matchup proof, capable of extra base damage on any mistake. Bobby Witt Jr., anytime HR, elite fastball hitter, perfect storm versus Bibee if he falls behind in counts. Josh Naylor RBI prop, thrives with runners on. Ragans could be tested early with men on base. Royals team total over 3.5, reasonable against a rookie pitcher, especially if Bibee's command dips late. Totals lean. The sharp play leans under 8.5 early due to strong starting pitching. However, live bettors may lean over if either bullpen is called in before the 7th. Best bets. 1. Primary. First 5 innings under 4.5. Both pitchers have the arsenal to control early. 2. Secondary. Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds. Royals lineup has high whiff rates versus right-handed sliders. 3. Side lean. Royals ML small play. Ragans at home with Witt Jr. surging makes them a live dog. SGP parlay concepts. Balanced SGP. Guardians ML plus Bibee over 6.5 kiloseconds plus Ramirez TB over, pitching plus star power. Royals upset stack. Royals ML plus Witt Jr. HR plus team total over 3.5, high reward, fueled by their MVP. Totals build. First 5 under plus full game under 8.5 plus Ragans Ks over, strong fade on early runs. Projected game flow. First 2 innings are quiet. Bibee fans Witt Jr. early. Ragans deals a 1, 2, 3 inning to answer. In the 4th, Jose Ramirez doubles into the gap, plating Stephen Kwan for the first run. Royals respond in the 6th with Witt Jr. launching a solo homer, followed by Pasquantino lining an RBI single to right. The bullpens enter tied at 2-2 in the 7th, but Naylor breaks through with a 2-run single in the 8th. Clase slams the door in the 9th, giving the Guardians a 4-2 road win. The Padres look for stability from Michael Wacha, 13-7, 3.44 ERA, a veteran with polished command and above-average swing-miss ability on off-speed offerings. Wacha's experience helps tame Coors, holding opponents to a 0.9 HR game rate even in thin air. His sinker-slider combo induces weak contact when executed. Opposing him, Colorado counters with Kyle Freeland, 6-10, 4.38 ERA, back home at Coors where he typically rides ground ball acumen. Freeland's strikeout rate isn't high, but he minimizes walks and keeps the ball low. The story here: Padres finesse against the Rockies' contact, spring command. If Wacha is on, he'll shut the door. Bullpen efficiency is a swing factor. The Padres' relief corps, anchored by Robert Suarez, ranks top 10 in inherited run prevention and high leverage efficiency. They perform when the game tightens. The Rockies' bullpen remains shaky, youthful arms, high walk rates, and a disaster pattern if the starter exits early. The late inning edge tilts San Diego, setting up value on late total line shifts or Padres TT options. Offensive profiles and analytics. San Diego's offense brings real upside with Manny Machado, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis Jr. Machado's opposite field power, plus Soto's plate discipline, give them multi-dimensional fire. Tatis recently returned and carried an OPS north of .900 at Coors in past outings. They outperform both in PA quality and barrel rate against NL West pitching, especially at neutral or hitter venues. Colorado counters with Coors' parking advantage. Brendan Rodgers, Chris Bryant, and Ezequiel Tovar deliver launch angle value, offsetting poor contact rates with steep extra base upside. Rodgers in particular has spiked barrel rate to above 15%, and his splits against off-speed stuff ride well. They're unpredictable enough to flip the script if the Padres' offense stalls. Market outlook and totals. Books list Padres ML around -170, Rockies at +150, with total near 11 runs, baseball's prime juice number given the park factor and lineup volatility. Sharp action is hitting props and team totals more so than sides, anticipating offensive fireworks. Lean over 11.5 if either starter shows early command leaks. Lean under 11.5 if the opener phases out after 5 and the pen quashes traffic. Top player prop angles. Wacha under 5.5 kiloseconds. Fade lines that assume strikeout volume without enough whiff support versus power Rockies. Freeland over 4.5 kiloseconds. Steelers on large by backer lines during Coors starts. Machado 2+ hits. Elite barrel engine and plate discipline makes him a consistent baseline for multi-hit value. Rodgers anytime HR. High risk, high reward spark, especially if Padres' pen is tested early. Padres team total over 6.5. Safe value if the Rockies' pen gives up crooked innings, especially in game's final frames. Totals lean. Over 11.5 when parks are juiced and starter execution falters. Under 11.5 if Wacha and Freeland pitch into the 6th with clean lines. Best bet picks. 1. Primary lean. Padres team total over 6.5, high ceiling, leverageable unit. 2. Prop value. Machado 2+ hits, low volatility with consistently good contact metrics. 3. Team side. Padres ML, medium lean, rotation depth, pen edge, and disciplined offense. SGP, parlay blueprints. Balanced SGP. Padres ML plus Machado 2+ hits plus under 12 total, power with controlled scoring. Value stack. Padres TT over plus Freeland over Ks plus Rodgers hour, tiny layers offense and K value. High variance parlay. Padres -1.5 plus Machado hour plus over 13 total, explosive reward scenario. Game flow sketch. Top 1. Waka rings up 2 kiloseconds. Soto drums a double to the wall. Padres strike first. Bottom 2. Bryant drills a solo shot on Freeland. Coors Magic alert. Mid-game. Waka rolls deep with 6 kiloseconds into the 6th. Padres tack on insurance via Machado sac fly and lined RBI single. Rocky's pen leaks in the 7th. Tatis pops a solo to right. 5-1 Padres. Final. Padres pen locks 3 frames. Props tied to TT and hit count cash. ML intact, over lines stretch. If you've made it this far, you already know September baseball doesn't play fair, and the oddsmakers love it. Drop your best bet for tonight in the comments so we can see where the sharp minds are leaning. And if you want more of these full board breakdowns with props, parlays, and angles the books don't want you to see, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss the edge. This board is loaded with traps. The question is, can you spot them before the lines move?